Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this money-making Sunday. Hey, new month, new goals, new opportunities, man. December 1st. The show's not going to get any easier, man. They're just not going to get any easier. But I'm doing what Mitch would want me to do, and that's continue to show up on the daily and do what we love to do, man. And that's talk sports and try to make money betting sports. So I got a good crew of guys with me here, man. Y'all know who's here with me, man. The guys. I got Ruffalo here today. Ron, Jovan, Wayne, Kirk, and I think David Racy will be popping in here shortly. So we got a lot of action today on the card, man. We got a ton of college hoops, NFL, NBA, NHL. Man, it's one of them days, fellas. So let's do what we do, man. Let's do what we do. Roof, missed you yesterday. We know you're holding down a lot of weight right now.
That fat joke?
Could have been. Could have been. You and Brad, taking over a lot of the video weight that Mitch did. That's a lot of work in itself. So, but you're here today. Appreciate you joining us. How you doing today, my man? How you doing? Missed you yesterday.
Yeah. Like you said, it's not going to get easier. I think there are just days where it's just going to hurt less. And yeah, I was watching the back of my eyelids yesterday. I'm not going to lie to you. Didn't know that we were doing the show. It kind of happened on a whim. And yeah, just I would have been here if I was really aware. But I'm glad to be here. Wouldn't have missed it 2 days in a row.
Yes, sir. Ron, how you doing today?
I'm okay, Jay. I'm glad to be with all you guys today. Like you said, it's not going to get any easier, but we're doing what Mitch would want us to do, and that's he loved winners. He loved giving them out. He loved cashing them tickets, and that's what we're going to try to do today and going forward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's do that, fellas. Jovan, how you doing today, sir?
Got off a Saturday where things went sour on the late night. Well, not the late night, but the nighttime games. I went to sleep. All the games that I had on the board were winning, and then I woke up and they all turned. James Madison, they definitely turned. You know what I'm saying? So, a couple other games that I care not to mention as well. So, it's one of those days. College basketball picked me up, so it wasn't that bad. Just lost a couple units. That's about it. But yeah, waiting for this week 13 NFL slate.
Yes, sir. It's kind of a lighter one because we had so much action already earlier in the week. But I think from a Sunday perspective, this is one of the better weeks we've had in a while. I like today's card in the NFL. I'm excited for it. I think that's some good games. So definitely ready to talk through it with the fellas. Wayne, how you doing today?
Just coming off of a solid day yesterday. Started off strong. Lost a few in the midday, but ended off well. Good college Saturday overall. A lot of blowouts, not really too many huge upsets, but looking to talk this NFL with y'all and college basketball and a huge NBA card for today.
Yes, sir. Kurt, how you doing, my man? Missed you yesterday, but how you doing today?
Yeah, definitely haven't been on the morning show in a while. Huge soccer guy, as so it usually goes on during soccer, and I'm usually, which one do I want to do? But I thought today I had to come on, show some respects, talk it up with the guys and everything. So, yeah, happy to be here. I'm going to say a few words about Mitch in a little and then chop it up with you guys. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you, my man. Glad to have you here today. David, glad to have you here today as well, my man. How you doing?
Yeah, similar to Chris, I wasn't I didn't know we were hopping on yesterday. Otherwise, I would have been here. But I'm good, as good as I can be. It's definitely a tough time for all of us, I know. And Mitch really was obviously the foundation of what we do, and he's going to be missed. I wish I could celebrate more about the Michigan win over Ohio State yesterday. That was fantastic. Nothing like beating Ryan Day. But yeah, I'm doing as good as I can be.
Yes, sir. Definitely, fellas. Definitely. So we got a couple guys that weren't here yesterday. They want to get off some kind words about Mitch. We'll allow them to do that. And then we're just going to try to do the best we can and get back to regular scheduled programming, because that's what he would have wanted. Like, trust me, he told us that a million times over. So that's just what we're going to try to do best. So before we do that, though, Roof, man, there's really not much more we could say at this point about the man himself, but we're trying. Man, as somebody who spent a lot of time with him, probably more so than any of us on this screen, really, because of just the amount of shows you guys did together over the years, man. It's tough. Talk to us.
Yeah. They say it's like you always know what you're going to say until the thing zooms in on you. Now I'm kind of lost for words. I'll put it this way. I started as a pudgy 25-year-old kid from Canada that didn't know what I wanted to do. Nothing's really changed. I'm still pudgy. I'm just 33 years old now. And I just reached out to someone one day. I used to be out like everyone in the chat. I was just looking online for answers of who to pick on a football game. And I wanted to do something like this. So I saw join our team at the bottom of the screen and just reached out. And Mitch reached out, and it was August of 2016. And he said, yeah, I'll give you a shot. I did my first article, and he said, oh my God, this is dog shit. Not because he thought I was terrible, but because he's like, he saw something. He's just like, we're going to lift you up. And that's the kind of guy he was. It's just like, when we got in arguments about stuff, it was not that he wanted to tear anybody down. It's just like he knows what we're all capable of. And he doesn't see anything in people that he doesn't think can be something. And he made all of us who we are today. And I can honestly say that I don't think I would be anywhere near where I am without him. I'd be a lot less comfortable with someone calling me an idiot, that's for damn sure. But realistically, I guess like Jay said, there's everybody's used the same words to describe it. I can echo all of those. I won't go on too much longer, but like I said in my post on Twitter for anyone that saw it, there are words that you can use that maybe people haven't used, like trendsetter, trailblazer. There was no one that was doing the work that he was doing. He basically set the bar for a lot of what this industry is from a media perspective, a sports betting world's perspective. And I'm just happy to be able to be part of being able to continue that. And it's going to be hard, but we're going to get through it as a unit. So, yeah. Ron.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, Jay, don't make me get on you, but thank you, Chris.
I know.
It's only fair. I went after Roof last week. I gotta call you out today.
As soon as I saw the little microphone crossed out on next to Jay's name, I was like, "Oh shit, it's not me for once. Let's go."
Thank you, Chris.
For sure, man. I think you hit the nail right on the head with the trailblazer. The thing about it is, I don't think enough people understand that, when you come on YouTube and you see people giving opinions on games on the internet, Mitch did that. He was the first, the very first. Like, man, his impact, bro, his legacy, man. That's what I want to try to uphold, man. And it's just the man he was, what he stood for, and just a good man he was. Take the betting out of it, the man he was, man, was bigger than life, man. Bigger than life, man. That's all I could say. Kirk, I know you had some words you wanted to say, my man.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been with the Pick Dogs family for about 7-8 months, but spent some of my best times throughout my life. I mean, the guy saw potential in me, gave me a chance in an industry no one knew me. They're like, who the heck is Kirk? Now it's Kirk from Pick Dogs. That's thanks to Mitch. Thanks to Mitch. Yeah, this one hit me really hard. I'm not going to lie. It's like I never met the guy in person, but he motivated me in so many aspects of life. Like, he he just made you accountable in every aspect. Like, you had to do videos daily, you had to do this and that, and it's just like, that's what I'm gonna bring on for the rest of my life. Like, just the work ethic. He got up at 4. It's like, all right, it's Christmas, it's this day, it's that day. It's like, you gotta do a video. Like, it's just that type of work ethic that, like, it's like the simple things. Like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. What would Mitch have done? He would have gone to the gym, the good, the bad days, all those days. So it's like, it's just a work ethic that I saw from him, and he treated everyone the same. I mean, he saw potential in me, and I'm just so very thankful. And to guys like Chris, Ron, and Jay, I mean, appreciate all you guys have done for me, and I know all of you guys will continue to do for me. Everyone here, I really appreciate you all, and it'll be truly missed.
For sure, man. Definitely, man. I think all of us hit, like, yesterday, Pathy's text message really hit me hard, because that's who Mitch was, bro. Like, all of us on this screen, Mitch took a chance on. Like, none of us on this screen were anything really beforehand in this space. So, man, it's just truly a testament to the man. Truly a testament to him. David, I know you had some things you wanted to say as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, just like everyone's echoed, Mitch was fantastic. And to what Chris said, he's so right. He was a trendsetter. He was always looking for an edge, always looking to do something new, always pushing us to be our best, like Kirk said, holding us accountable. You never wanted to, me being an article writer, you never wanted to mess up an article, because you knew that message was coming from Mitch. And that's not a bad thing. It's a great thing, because he kept you at your best. I want to touch on my story with him a little bit. I reached out with him in, I think it was 2015. I was at Michigan State, just a college kid looking for something to do. And I had been watching his website and all of his articles, really. And so I reached out, I asked if I could help. Of course, got no answer on the first try, got no answer on the second try, but I stayed with it. Then the third try, he answered me. We had a couple phone calls. Similar to Chris, I wrote my first article, and it was just horrible. But he coached me through it. He saw at least that I had at least some potential, because he kept going with me, and worked for about 1.5 years, and then graduated, and then got into the corporate world and just didn't have time for articles. So stopped doing them for a little bit. We stayed in touch off and on for a couple years. And then I think it was 2021 or 2022. I had some more free time, got back in contact with him, Randy, Chris, and got back into it. And it's been great. I know a lot of people say he's kind of like a father figure, and he is. He held you accountable, and that was the biggest thing. And it's just, he's going to be so missed, because you just knew you could count on him for whatever you need. If you had a question, if you had a problem, he might be very direct about an answer, but that was him. He's hilarious, he's funny in his own way, and he really cared about all of us. There wasn't one person, whether it was us or even at a competitor or just a random person, there wasn't one person he didn't care about. He might have some things to say about someone, but truly deep down, he cared about everyone, and he's going to be missed. I mean, when I got the news on Friday, I was driving and I had to pull over, and I was like, what? And reread the message. And it was just, it's brutal. It's tough. We'll get through it as a group, like Chris said, but yeah, it's a tough loss. And, he was a great friend, and it's tough to get out, to move on, and to even vision a future without him, but we'll get through it and hopefully make the future even brighter for him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, y'all know what he would tell us right now. Enough of the mushy gushy shit, man. That's what he would say. He'll probably ramble for another 30 minutes, though, before we got to the picks. I think that's what I'm going to miss most about this show, bro. It's just the ramble.
All I'm going to say is I appreciate this all game streaming on CBS.com for letting us at least get the sentimental shit out of the way before spamming the comments. So thank you for the respect for that, at least.
I love in the comments, and that's what he said.
Oh, we definitely ain't gonna start this show without talking shit on how Miami let us down, man. They were playing so well early too. Defense was flying around, and then it just crumbled.
Man, shut up, Mitch. Man, this is gonna be a wild thing, man. I'm still pretty shaken up, y'all. Like drastically shaken up, man. So y'all gotta work with me, man. Y'all gotta work with me. And all of the fam, man, as we try to get through this, man, the best way we can. But like they said, we're gonna do it as a family. So let's do it as a family, man. Let's talk about some games, man. Let's make some money today. I think that's the best way to honor Mitch. I'm making some money on a money-making Sunday. Roof, college hoops today, man. College hoops. We got a pretty big card. What this means, I got to do a better job of deep diving college hoops on the daily. For the morning show, that's what that means. No more just winging it. I'll be 1,000. But hey, more work on my plate, man. I love it. I love it. Chris, let's talk some hoops, man. Let's talk some college hoops, man. Where should we start? Where should we end?
So the time slot today, it's not a huge schedule. We could probably break it down into two parts. Go from 12 Eastern to about 3 Eastern. So I'll just name off the games then and start with whoever. LIU Niagara, Alcorn State Maryland, Maine Navy, NJIT UMass, Norfolk State Stony Brook, UMass Lowell Central Connecticut State, UNC Asheville Tennessee State, Fairleigh Dickinson Fairfield Iona Rice, New Hampshire and Fordham, Radford and St. Francis. Got Buffalo and Penn State. Got Arkansas Pine Bluff against Kansas State. Binghamton Lafayette, Elon and Penn, Eastern Kentucky and Troy, and Bethune-Cookman and Minnesota.
That is a decent slot to start the day. Roof, lead us off, my man. What you like here?
Give me Arkansas Pine Bluff. You know, we can't. We got to keep the bits. You got to give me the Abe Simpsons.
Come on, yeah.
I know. I was saying it at the time, and then I was like, you know what? I gotta continue some of the bits. Give me the Abe Simpsons. Give me the 34 points against Kansas State. This is a Kansas State team that just does not seem interested in blowing teams out. They and I say barely because you got to think of it in context. They barely got by Mississippi Valley State by 18 points. Because this is a Mississippi Valley State that shows up and gets blitzed by 50, and Kansas State couldn't do it. I don't think they're going to do it here against Arkansas Pine Bluff either. Kansas State 0-3 against the number as a favorite of 20 plus this season. So give me Pine Bluff, give me the 34 points, and give me UMass Lowell laying the 3.5 against Central Connecticut. I just trust UMass Lowell, probably one of the top 2 teams in the America East behind Vermont. To be able to just outscore Central Connecticut. I think Central Connecticut, it's getting to 60 points more often than not is a struggle for this team. So give me UMass Lowell laying the 3.5.
Fair enough. Round it done.
Yeah, for me, I'm looking at UMass here, the Minutemen. I'm gonna lay the points with them. You know, NGA. I love UMass. More so football, but even the hoops guys. But NJIT is one of the least experienced teams in the country. They are coming off their first outright win over Morehead State, but I do expect a letdown here. I still think it's one of the weakest 10 teams in the country in D1 this year. And UMass, you look at their record, 2-5, doesn't really make you want to lay this many points, but they played a really tough non-conference schedule so far. A lot of neutral site games, some true road games, coming off the win against Harvard and the cover against Harvard. I like their chances for a blowout win in this one by 20 plus.
Lay it, says Ron Romanelli. Jovan, talk to me.
Yeah, the only one in this time slot that I like is Radford. Radford's one of those teams that I go to, they're one of my teams as far as the mid-majors, has been for years. And, they've been cashing this year. They're 5-2 against the spread. So is St. Francis. They're 5-2 against the spread as well. But when you're dealing with these two teams, you're going to get a lot of opportunities against St. Francis. They're giving up 46.2% from the field. And, I just think that with a team like Raptors and what they do well, I think it matches up, well against this St. Francis bunch. 7 points, I usually don't like laying 7 with them, but I did it against with 14.5 with against Chicago State, and they barely got by on that one. They won by 15, 63-48. Then they backed it up with a 13-point win against Purdue Fort Wayne. So I think that they're shaping into good form. They're a winning team, and I expect them to go into their conference portion of the schedule. Keep on getting these covers. So it's Raptors for me.
There you go. From Jovan Burtz. Wayne, we on UNC Cashville today?
Jay ain't looking too strong this year right now early. I just gotta pick my spots with them, not just riding them right now. But a team that I am gonna start riding and kind of scared myself off this line yesterday when they played Navy is Elon over Penn. One of my favorite things in college basketball is differentiate the very bad teams and the teams that the books may think is bad. And Penn to me is starting off as a very bad team, a team that we can kind of pick on this year. And this Elon team is showing me week after week that they're a little better than I might have expected. We're getting them at a mild price at just laying a point with them. I think they can come out here and dominate. They're just better than Penn at everything: offense, defense, rebounding, and played a decent schedule early on. So I trust Elon in this spot to get the job done versus Penn.
Kurt?
Yeah, I'm here on Iona. They're 2-6. Rice is 6-2. But you got to look at the schedule here. Iona, they're coming off a pretty big win against Tarleton State in their last game, and 5.5 on the road against a Rice team that hasn't really been tested since early in the season against Florida State, which they lost by about 10. I think Iona keeps this one close, if not wins this one outright. I'm gonna take the points in my back pocket here with Iona.
David?
Yeah, I'm looking at the total here in the Bethune-Cookman, Minnesota game. I'm looking at the under here, currently sitting right at 130.5. This Minnesota team has really struggled to score this year. They've scored fewer than 60 points in regulation in 5 of their last 6 games. They're only shooting 42% from the field, but they are playing very good defense. They're only allowing 58.5 points against per game. This Bethune-Cookman team is shooting 40% from the field. I just think we see a low-scoring rock fight here. I mean, Minnesota should win pretty easily, but they haven't looked too good this season. Either way, I think we see a lower-scoring game here.
For me, Wayne don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take UNC Cashville today. I'm going to lay the 1.5. I think they're favored on the road for a reason. They haven't had the best start to the season. They are 2-3. They've won 2 of their last 3, though. They did just lose in double overtime in their last one. But it's like, when I look at this game, I think they're, again, favored on the road for a reason. Tennessee State hasn't done really anything that suggests to me that they're going to be just this great team this season. So I'm just kind of line reading. I told you that's what I kind of do in college hoops. I like to try to line read. And this one, the line's just telling me Cashville's the better team, and they're on the road laying points for a reason. I'm gonna lay the 1.5 in that one. Let's keep it rolling.
Hey, Jay, real quick. I got to hop off. I got my kids upstairs. I just wanted to make sure I hopped on today to say a couple words. So you guys have a good Sunday. Good luck to everyone out there, and let's hang in there.
Thank you, David.
Thanks David.
Shout out David Racy, man. Scoop up David's plays, packages. Check out his articles. All that over at Pick Dogs Premium. He does a lot, man. Does a lot. So check him out. Let's keep it rolling, though. We head to the back half of the college hoops card. We stopped at what? 4 Eastern?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's where we can start up.
So, yeah, we start 4 Eastern, and we'll go all the way through the remainder of the card. We'll end with Indiana State, Tarleton. It's a good game. Ron the Don, you're up first.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at Denver plus the points. Portland, they're kind of in I guess you could say year 2 or year 1 of a rebuild. I think they're in good hands, but I still think it's going to take a while. And they played a tough non-conference neutral site tournament recently, but really weren't competitive. And I don't think that they should be laying this many points, even back at home. I think Denver's a decent mid-major school, so I'll take my chances. I would just take the money line in a game like this. I think it makes more sense to go after the plus money because there is a lot of volatility. It is a game that Portland may be able to win in blowout fashion, but I think it's also a game that Denver has a real chance at winning outright.
Fair enough. Javon, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at this Hofstra Arkansas State score game, and I think this is going to be one of those lowest scoring games relative to the total. It's at 137 right now, 137 and a half. And both of these teams are, defensive driven. They both allow under 40% from the field. With Hofstra, I believe, allowing 26.2% from three. Or that actually that's Arkansas State. That allows that number. Hofstra allows a pathetic number, hit 37%. But yeah, with all that said, I just think it's one of these games where you're not going to see a lot of pace, at least not from Hofstra. And one of these teams, they're not going to hold their muster as far as scoring. So I think it's a safe bet to back the under in that one.
There you go. Wayne?
Yeah, I think this line is pretty tight, but I'm gonna lay it with Texas State over Texas Southern. Texas Southern has played a few tough teams early on this season, but this is another team that I don't think is that good. Texas State really sharp behind the three early on in the season. I do think they have the offensive advantage to cover the 5-6 points that they're asking Texas State to cover here in this spot, and I like that the most out of on the late slate.
Kurt?
Yeah, I'm gonna lay it here with Xavier over South Carolina State. I think this is really a game where they can just pour the points on. I mean, South Carolina State has looked absolutely awful. I think they're probably one of the worst teams in D1. Xavier should win this one by 30 plus, if I'm being honest here.
I'm leaning right now towards Middle Tennessee plus the points against UAB. I just don't think UAB deserves to be laying this many points. Middle Tennessee is not a bad team, 5-2 on the season. They did just lose their last game by 11 to Bradley, but that still doesn't warrant UAB laying this many points. In all honesty, if you want to take a plus money shot today, I think Middle Tennessee actually worth a shot. So small win for me on Middle Tennessee. Chris, close us out. College hoops.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with San Francisco here. Maybe just take the over too against Mercyhurst. These are not the Lakers I want to be taking any shots with today. Mercyhurst, I think the luster's worn off. They had a couple good performances to start the year, but I mean, they started to really fall apart. Lost by 26 against Cal, 34 against Air Force. That's an Air Force team that plays at such a slow pace. I think they give up 82 points in that one. San Francisco, they had that close call against Cal Poly earlier this year, but they have the much more quality wins. They beat, Boise State. They beat up on Long Beach State by 30 at home. They beat Fordham by 21, Chicago State by 45. To me, this is just a lot to a little. I got this one like 93-50, San Francisco. So give me the Dons laying the points.
That concludes college hoops. Let's move on over to let's get hockey out the way. I know some people care. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games today. We'll stick with my co-host to the right. Roof, lead us off, man.
Okay, give me one sec here. I kind of fell behind on
We got Canucks, Red Wings, Canadians, Bruins, Blue Jackets, Blackhawks, Jets, and the Stars, and the Ducks and the Senators.
Okay. Well, one that I'm definitely going to be taking today is Jay.
Dallas Stars.
I think the luster's worn off of the Winnipeg Jets finally. Dallas plays a better hockey at home, and we're starting to see the Jets crumble. They're a 50-50 team over their last, I think, 8 games. So I'll take the Dallas Stars at home. And give me the Vancouver Canucks, cheap price on the road. For whatever reason, I know it starts at 12:30 Eastern, but for whatever reason, the Vancouver Canucks play their better hockey on the road. If you look at the home and road split, Vancouver on the road this season from a defensive standpoint, allowing 2.27 goals per game. That number's up over 4 at home. So against an inconsistent Red Wings team that continues to just be hit or miss, I'm gonna go with the more trustworthy team right now, and I think that's Vancouver Canucks on the road.
Any hockey for you today, Ron?
Yeah, I'll take the Canucks too on the money line.
Any hockey for you today, Jovan? Wayne, any hockey?
Come on, throw a dart.
Not today, man. The Canes ain't in action, and I like Winnipeg is one of my other teams I like to sneakily just randomly bet on, but they got a tough one today. I kind of agree with y'all with Dallas at home on that one.
Any hockey
From
for
a
you today,
value
Chris?
aspect.
Nope, nothing for me.
And y'all know where I'm at. I'm on the Stars. Y'all already knew that, though. All right, that's hockey. Let's go to the NFL. Let's go over to the NFL. This is what I tell y'all. We shot the NFL show on Wednesday. I've tried to go back and watch it so many times. I can't. But Mitch's opinion on these NFL games is out there if you want them. You can go watch the NFL show and get his last opinions on the NFL before he left us. So that's going to be a tough show to continue doing, just me and Al, man. Well, let's talk some football, man. Let's talk some NFL. First game up. Let's do 2 at a time. We got the Colts and the Patriots and the Steelers and the Bengals. Jovan, you're up first here, my man. Nope. I think you're trying to hit unmute.
Yeah,
We're first.
Yeah. So they're close to each other. But anyway, I'm gonna begrudgingly back the Pats in this one. If it gets to 3. I don't know how many 3s out there on the market, if there are any. I think the prevalent number is 2.5, but I just don't like what I've seen out of the Colts, especially last game against Detroit. Now the Patriots all know Detroit Lions, that's for damn sure. But you're looking at a Patriots team who's trying to find their way, and they get a nice little matchup against a team that they're not going to be able to throw the ball. Let's just call it what it is. Anthony Richardson ain't where it's at as far as a pocket on QB. He needs to use his legs to get it going. And, they still try, with him being under 50% in a lot of his games throwing the ball. So, that gives the Pats a chance. The Pats, you already know what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball. They're going to try to play, tough defense, winning the trenches. And with last week's game where they got bludgeoned in Miami, which they usually do, regardless of who's under center, I think it's just a situation where they bounce back, off of that pathetic performance. So give me the Pats.
There you go. So on New England. Wayne?
Yeah, I'm on the other side. I do understand the history of this game. Pat's 8-2 against the Colts and 6-4 ATS. But the tide is turning. Colts have won out of the last two games against them. New England, I just don't trust this rook. This is a team that hasn't played good at home. 2-6 ATS off of a loss. Indiana has been good as a favorite. What worries me about Indiana is their defense has been getting slapped around. They either look like the top 10 defense or bottom 5 defense. And I think we see closer to that top 10 defense this week against a New England's team that I just don't trust. Yeah, I hear Jovan about Richardson, but I'd rather take Richardson over May right now with the pieces that are around Richardson with the Colts. And Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Give me the under. Everything's kind of pointing to the over. It's more contrarian, divisional game, tradition, normally a physical game. It's getting colder and colder. I know Pitt's last 4 in a row has gone over. Everybody's seeing Cincy last 4 to 5 at home has gone over. But this number is normally around 39 to 43. The few times it has went over against these twos, now we're getting 46, a whole extra field goal. Give me the under in that one.
Kirk?
Yeah, I think this Colts-Pats game is a trap any way you look at it. I'm with Jovan. If it gets to 3, you're on the Pats, but this is not a game I'm rushing to bet. So I'm going to look here at the Steelers plus the points. Division game, Steelers and Bengals both really need to win this game. But 3 points in my back pocket with the Steelers, probably where I'm looking here. It's going to be a grind game. Steelers are going to try to keep the ball on the ground. It's going to be cold, so I trust the Steelers more in those types of games. I wouldn't be shocked if they win this one outright, so I'm going to take the Steelers plus 3 here.
Y'all know where I'm at. I'm on Joe Shiesty and the Cincinnati Bengals. They're favored by 3. It's not 2.5. It's not 1.5. It's a full-blown 3 for a team that's 4-7 over an 8-3 team. That's all I need to know. The books know what they're doing with this line. Cincinnati at home, back up against the wall. They're usually one of the best teams in the league. With their back up against the wall. It's a Cincinnati-style spot. I won't overcomplicate it. I'm just going to take the Bengals. I wouldn't be shocked if it ended up a push at the full 3. I wish it was 2.5. But if you're looking for like a money line play, I'm almost positive the Bengals win this game today. And set up the trash bowl next week between 2 teams who still think they can make the playoffs at 5-7 with my Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that's what we get next week. So I'm going to take Cincy today. And that Patriots-Colts game, I could go back and forth on it. Ultimately, I would probably lean with Jovan and take the Patriots. It's bottom of the barrel. But if I were to play it, I would attack the money line with the Patriots. I'm actually liking what I'm starting to see from Drake May. And like he said, I just know exactly what I'm finna get from New England. There's still that side of the coin where Anthony Richardson comes in here and bums this game up. I don't think Drake May necessarily has that in his system like Anthony Richardson might. So not overly in love with it, but I'll lean towards the plus money with Patriots. Chris?
Yeah, I start that Steelers-Bengals game. I'm completely on the other side because with the way I'm seeing it with Cincinnati, it's been the mentality, I think, for a lot of people with the Cincinnati Bengals for a few weeks. Are they one of the more unlucky teams in the NFL? Sure. Could you see 3 or 4 games that could have maybe flipped their way? Sure. But I'm done sitting here waiting for the Cincinnati Bengals to turn it around and figure it out. I've been waiting for it for weeks. And I think it's just maybe time to just take a step back and just realize that the Bengals just don't have it this year. The Steelers, I get it. And I get why Cincinnati's favored because the expectation is now that the Bengals can't drop another game. But Mike Tomlin's dropped back-to-back division road games just once in the last 10 years. He doesn't lose back-to-back road games. This is the Mike Tomlin spot. Division road dog, normally where he gets his guys up for. I think Pittsburgh at least gets the cover, if not win the game outright. I think at the absolute full stop worst, you get the push at 3. But yeah, so give me the Steelers plus the 3, and give me the under in that Colts Patriots game. I think got to remember too, Anthony Richardson, a dome quarterback going outdoors to New England, where it's gonna be like 30 degrees today, something like that's gonna be like ice cold. Those quarterbacks don't necessarily pan out all that well, especially when they're completing under 50% of their passes. New England, even with Drake May, still have the worst offense in the NFL in terms of yardage. I see us around, mucking around between the 20s kind of game, 13-10 final, under 42.5.
Run the done.
Yeah, I think from a technical standpoint, the Patriots are the play in that one, but just not a ton statistically that I could see to back that one up. I guess, as Mitch would say, I don't see the path in that game for New England, but I do think, technically speaking, it makes sense. And then the other game, I like the Bengals. I just think if you look at the Steelers giving up 17 first downs and over 300 yards to one of the worst offenses in the league in the snow and against the Browns, now I really worry about your defense against the Cincinnati offense, which while it's been a disappointing season for the Bengals, they've still been really potent offensively recently, back-to-back 450-plus yard performances. So I think the offense is too much, and I don't think the Steelers have the answers.
There we go. Let's keep it rolling, fellas. We head over to somebody at my front door. We'll head to the Falcons and the Chargers, and we'll head to the Jets and the Seahawks. Let me see who's at my door. Jovan, you're up. Oh, no, sorry. You went first last time. Wayne, you're up.
Yeah, this Jets Seahawks game, I gotta take the Jets. Jets have not been that good at home, just 2-3, but 2 of their losses have been by 1 point. Another one has been by 3 points. So they've been competitive despite their record this season. Seahawks, I don't like the trajectory that Geno Smith is playing, throwing an interception in his last 4 games. We have a team in the Seahawks who can't run the ball strong, going against the Jets team, which I will give you advantage in if you can run the ball. But you're kind of playing into the Jets' strength, which is their pass defense. And I just think Jets have enough talent to turn it around. I'm catching a falling knife here, but I'm riding with the Jets plus the point. And the other game was Chargers Atlanta. Give me the Chargers, man. I've been on the Chargers all season. Take the Chargers. Fundamentally very sound. Defensively, very strong team. Run the ball. They're not the prettiest team, but they just do everything right. They don't turn the ball over. Falcons have been trending downwards slowly over these last 3 weeks, and I think this is a bounce back game for the Chargers after losing last week. So give me the Chargers now.
Kirk?
Yeah, I'm with Wayne here on the Jets. I think this is a Jets spot at home. I don't really need to say more here, as Wayne pretty much laid it out for me, the path for the Jets. I'm on the Jets here, and I'm on the over in the Chargers versus Falcons. We're getting 47.5. Chargers have been allowing more points, and I think this Falcons offense really needs to get back to spreading the ball around. Kyle Pitts was utilized for a couple games, then he went MIA again as he goes. I just think this is going to be a higher scoring game, and I feel like the money line's trappy either way, so I'm on the over here.
I'm on the Falcons in that one. I've been a Chargers hater all season long, and I will continue to be a Chargers hater. I just don't think they're as good as advertised. And the line being them favored 1 point in Atlanta doesn't make any sense to me. They're not the better team, in my opinion. They're not. I think this is a legitimate 50-50 game. If I was the lines maker, my line in this game would probably be Atlanta minus 2.5. Something like that. Chargers -1 is crazy. I know. Mitch and Brian take the Chargers. Not today. Can't do it. Won't do it. I'm on Atlanta money line. And then in the other one thing me and my man Mitch have done all season long, and I will continue to do, is fade the hell out them fucking Jets, man. That's one thing we've been in unison on this season, and I ain't switching up, bro. Wayne, you are 1,000% correct, my man. You are catching a falling knife. And that team is terrible.
It's a good spot.
It's a decent spot. I'm not that high on Seattle either. I'm just be 1,000 with y'all. This game didn't make my premium area because I'm not all that high on Seattle. But there's no way I could put any amount of money on the Jets. So when it gets closer to game time, I'll probably put like Seattle money line or something like that in a parlay. But I'm really kind of honing in on my spots. But I just came to tell y'all, if you're thinking about taking the Jets, you're crazy. Chris?
Yeah, I really didn't have anything strong for that Chargers-Falcons game, but the Seahawks and Jets, I wanted to say it's like catching a falling knife, but catching a falling knife with the Jets involved just means that there's a chance that you could get hurt. And that's like it's like catching falling safety scissors, because there's no danger with the New York Jets here. It's like catching a falling butter knife. There is no chance that you will get hurt if you just fade the Jets, because this team is terrible. It's like, what was the excuse last year? Oh, there's no Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers got hurt 4 plays into the season. We had a quarterback, Karras, couldn't necessarily find any steady quarterback play. He's back. There's a distinct chance they've gotten worse. Like it's not good for the Jets. the Seahawks surprisingly find themselves at the top of that division. The division's basically kind of flipped on its head, I think. And they've been good on the road. So give me the Seattle Seahawks. It's the same stance I've taken with the Bengals. You know, the Bucs keep getting all this undeserved the Jets keep getting all this undeserved respect from the Bucs. I mean, where they were laying 2 against Arizona on the road, lost 31-6. You know, laying 2.5 against the Steelers on the road, lost by 22. Even at home, laying 4 against the Colts and lost outright. Yeah, no, thank you. Give me the Seahawks.
There we go. Ron?
Yeah, for me, I'm on the Falcons over the Chargers. At the beginning of the season, this Chargers defense was stout, but recently, I mean, they've been giving up a lot of yards. They've played some tough teams, some tough offenses, but I mean, you've been able to run the football against the Chargers basically all year. About 5 yards per carry they're giving up, and when you got such a strong running back like Bijan on the other side, I worry about that in a road game. And, you know, the Falcons defense, not my favorite. It's definitely had some issues from the beginning of the season. They've had tackling problems, but I do think that this is a good spot for them to bounce back, to get right, return home, and pick up a really crucial win, because now that division is starting to tighten up a little bit with the Bucs playing much better football.
Fair enough. Javon, close us out in this slap.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Jets, man. It's just one of those things where this is a spot where, you know, it sets up for them nicely. Um, you know, the fact of the matter is they're off a bye. You know, I know there's a lot of noise coming out of that area, you know, of Aaron Rodgers and his miserable ass, you know, affecting the whole the whole franchise. But with that said, you know, they still have a defense over there. The offense has looked better. You know, you can hang your hat on that. Um, you know, I will back them, but not with confidence. It's just more of a spot in the situational play more than anything else. You know, they all get paid, you know, big checks to play this game. So, you know, I really take nothing into, you know, the words that Aaron Rodgers spews out. He just talks talk. Um, so yeah, this is just for me. And on the other one, I don't like backing the Falcons at all, but I'm gonna back them in this spot. I just with me with certain teams, you know, I see a path, you know, weeks ahead of, you know, how things will play out. And now that the Chargers, you know, lost last week against the Baltimore Ravens, I think they drop another one headed into Denver, or was it no headed into who they playing next after this one? Um, I want to say it's a division game, I believe.
Who, the Chargers? They got the
Yeah, no, it's actually KC.
Yeah, they got the Chiefs up.
Yeah, they
so a
got the
couple weeks
Chiefs
ago, I
next week.
said they were going to lose 4 straight, and everybody called me crazy. And then McPherson fucked that up when he missed that field goal against the Bengals. But I kind of saw the same path you see for the Chargers.
Yeah, so, you know, with that said, you know, I see them dropping this one and then having to face a big game at 7-6, or what is it? What are they now? 7 and
They'd be
7-4.
7-5. They'd be
7-5. So yeah, so they'll be 7-6. I see them dropping this one, going into KC and having a huge game, a divisional game. So yeah, that's just how I see it. You know, sometimes you got to look into the future and see what's going to happen. I mean, that's what we do anyway with you know, prognosticators and all that. So you know, so it's just one of those things where, you know, you got the Atlanta Falcons coming off a bye. You know, they're at home. Sometimes they don't play well at home, but, you know, Kirk Cousins should be able to do something. And no J.K. Dobbins in this one. That's going to be huge for the Chargers, because they do love to run the ball and you know, with Harbaugh, he doesn't like to put everything on Herbert's shoulders, and they don't have the receiving core that they used to in years past. So, you know, I could see them dropping this one as well.
Fair enough. Let's keep it rolling. We'll do 3 here this time. We got the Texans and the Jags, the Cardinals and the Vikings, and the Titans and the Commanders. Kurt, you're up, my man.
Yeah, I'm here on the Jags plus 3.5. It's just a situation, a division game. The Jags have been awful, but they're 1-1 in the division, and this Texans team hasn't really shown me what I want to see from them to be laying 3.5 against a division opponent on the road. I'm on the Jags in that one. And then Commanders have lost 3 straight. The Titans, Will Levis is actually playing decent football right now, so I'm going to take plus 6.5 with the Titans. And one team I do not like backing are the Cardinals. I'm going to lay the 3.5 with the Vikings. I don't like laying the half with the Vikings, but I think they're far and far the better football team, so I think they win this one by a touchdown. So I'm on the Vikings in that one.
I don't really love this slot. I think the Commanders have now entered overrated territory. Good team, playoff team probably, but they're not a lay 6th team. Titans are ass. Forced to pick that game, I would lean Commanders, but I would leave it alone personally. I'm not putting any money of my money on the Jags either. I'm with Kirk. It is kind of like a Jag style spot. But do I really want to sign myself to bet the Jags today? I know that the Texans have been really disappointing from an ATS standpoint this season. Maybe just Texans money line on a parlay. Is how I would attack that one. The one I really like here in this slot, though, I completely disagree with Kirk. I do not think Minnesota's far and away the better team. I think Arizona comes in here and wins this game outright. I think that the Vikings have started to enter that realm of overrated and overvalued. Nice record, 9-2. But the Cardinals have had one of the toughest schedules this season. And I know they lost last week on the road in, Seattle? Seattle needed that game direly, though. Seattle had lost 4 straight home games. When was the last time Seattle has lost 4 games straight at home, 12th man? Like, you know what I mean? So it was a terrible spot for Arizona. And now when this is a game, I know it's up there in the cold, but remember, Minnesota's in a dome. So I think this Cardinals team will be able to come in. Minnesota really is good against pass-heavy teams. They dial up one of the best nano blitzes in the league. You know, Brian Flores, known for his blitz packages. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks early this season talk about that. Well, that's not who the Cardinals are. The Cardinals finna come in here and pound the football. They finna come in here and run the football down their throat. And I think that's how you beat Minnesota. So ultimately, when this one's all said and done, I don't want the points. I'm going straight up money line today. I got a pretty nice penny on the Cardinals money line today. Give me Arizona. Roof.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals and the points as well. I think it's a field goal game if they don't win it outright. I just have it being a tight game. That's the long and short of it. I just haven't necessarily been impressed with Minnesota. I think Minnesota's starting to turn themselves into more of a defense first team. First game back off a 3-game road trip. So I could see Arizona hanging around in that one. Commanders Titans. I am going to lay the 6. I think that Tennessee, their best was last week. Put everything they had into that game to beat the division rival in the Texans. If the Washington Commanders are going to be taken as a serious team, as a serious, contender, not contender, but like a team you may have to keep an eye out for in the playoffs, they got to win games like these to even get there. And I think, they got to at least put forth a concerted effort. I think if there was a look-ahead spot for Washington to be next week against New Orleans, maybe with Philadelphia on deck. Not next week, in 2 weeks, with Philadelphia on deck and a sleepy road spot against a bad Saints team. But I think this week, I think they focus up at home. So give me the Commanders there, and Texans Jags. That's one of those games that the Texans should win comfortably, but don't. I don't know. I would leave that one alone. My heart wants the Texans. My head says the Jaguars. So leaving it be.
Run it down.
Yeah, for me, I'm just a lean to the Cardinals plus the points. I don't want to say that I think the Vikings are fraudulent, but I still don't love Sam Darnold at quarterback. Don't love laying points with Sam Darnold at quarterback. And we saw last week the kind of almost a really bad loss there in Chicago. Almost blew the game there. Special teams mistakes. But for me, I just think the Cardinals do enough offensively. And I think this Vikings defense is strong. And like Jay mentioned, Brian Flores, but like he said, this is a solid running team. They haven't been running the football as much recently, only 15 times last week, but I think we see them get back to business here. James Conner just got extended. Might be a big day for him.
There we go. Who started this slot? Kirk did. So Javon, you're up here, my man.
What games are we on?
We did 3. We have the Vikings and the Cardinals, Texans, Jags, Titans, Commanders.
Jacksonville for me. Those it's a situation where we got to upgrade in quarterback. No more Mac Jones under center. Trevor Lawrence should be out there today, as far as I know. And with that, better standard of play. Will you see that on the defensive end? Not sure, but on the other side, there's a lot of problems over there in Houston, and I just have no confidence in laying anything after a field goal or even a field goal with these boys. So with the hook looming large in this one, I'll be on the Jags. Home dog.
There you go. Wayne.
Yeah, man, I think y'all all three broke that Arizona game down pretty well. I'm with you guys on Arizona. It's hard to call Minnesota fraudulent with that record, but as these guys pointed out, Arizona with a dual threat quarterback and a very solid offensive line that won't get bullied by Minnesota's defensive line or blitz pickup. They actually do a very good job of not allowing Murray to get sacked. I like Arizona with the points and and on the money line as well. And I like Washington. I was on Tennessee last week. Game of the day for me. Actually love them in that spot. In this spot, I don't love them at all. I definitely don't love them in this spot. Definitely after Washington just lost to Dallas. And Tennessee's defense on the road, they're giving up like 20, 30 points on the road, and it's just very bad. Don't trust that offense to move the ball like they did against this Washington defense. The defense is, quite frankly, to me, still kind of underrated. Definitely when it comes to defending the pass. They got plethora of DBs in Washington. So I think they cover that 6. 6 is a fair number for me. I'll lay it with Washington.
Fair enough. Let's close out the NFL. We got 4 games to close us out, man. We got the Panthers and the Bucs, the Wayne special, man. That's what I'm going to call that one. We got the Rams and the Saints. Game of the day, in my opinion, Eagles, Ravens. And we have the Niners and the Bills. Good schedule to close out the day. I'm up first here in this one. That Bucs are head and shoulders the better team. I know they only have 2 more wins, but they are by far the better football team in that one. And now with Mike Evans back in the fold, I wouldn't be surprised if they took Carolina behind that shit. I'm still kind of on the Bucs bandwagon. They can still come back and win this division, make the postseason. So I'm on Tampa in that one. New Orleans, Rams. In all honesty, it's a pass. Forced to play it, I would lean Rams, but I'm not playing that game. I don't. 2 bad teams battling for mediocrity. And the Rams still got something to pay for it. And technically the Saints do too. The Saints could technically still find themselves in first in this division if they handle business. That's crazy after 7 L's in a row earlier in the season. But yeah, I'm not overly in love with that game. I do really like this Eagles and Ravens game. The key stat for me is just Lamar Jackson as a starting quarterback against the NFC. I forgot the number off the top of my head, but it's something crazy. I say this every time I talk about it. Lamar Jackson against, let me look it up.
Like 23-1 or something.
Against NFC. Yeah, it's something crazy. He is 23-3 against the NFC in his career. Like, ew. That's an unfadable stat. I've talked about it pretty much all season on the NFL show with Big Al McMorty and Mitch. The formula for the Ravens is when they play a team in division, you fade them. When they play an NFC team, you ride with them. When they play just about anybody else, you ride with them. It's really that simple. So I'm on Baltimore. Won't overcomplicate this one. I'm going to lay the points here in that one. And then Niners, Bills. Have they said, is this snow? I believe this is supposed to be a snow game tonight, like 2 feet of snow. That's what I saw yesterday. I haven't gotten an update on it today. If it is a snow game, I'm for shit show on the Bills. If it's not, I probably would. If it's not a snow game, I would lean San Francisco. That's just my thoughts. I think I want to bet San Francisco. But yes, it's snowing, bro. Cali team in the snow, backup quarterback. Because Purdy not playing in this one, right? He's still out. He's questioning.
I think Purdy's in there.
I think Purdy's back.
Okay, he's questionable right now. So he may be back. He may not. It's a tough one. If it's snow, I'm on Buffalo. If the field looks clear, where this fast.
There's already been 1.5 feet of snow.
There we go.
From yesterday. So
I'm on the Bills. I'll stop yapping. Chris.
I had to say it was 12 to 18 inches of snow, and then Jay I don't think I've ever seen steam come off of Jay's head that hard from how hard the brakes just got slammed on.
I'm on the Bills.
Still coming out your ears, dude. Yeah, give me. You're done. We're done with this one, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
I think because like that Eagles Ravens game is a stay away from me because that number kind of falls on the Lamar Jackson trend. Not just I know that you have the number for the NFC, but there's also the number of him as a favorite of 3 or less or an underdog. And then his record as a favorite of 3.5 or more, and they are completely different. He is way better as a short favorite or an underdog, not so great, as he starts to increase laying points. I'd maybe lean towards the over there. I think it's going to be back for like Jay said. I think it's going to be game of the day. I think I really like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers though. I know seeing 6, it looks a little bit funky with the Panthers at home. But yeah, I think the reinsertion of Mike Evans into this lineup is going to be big for the Bucs. I think Tampa Bay takes care of business, wins by a touchdown. I think the fact that it's under a touchdown is selling me on taking the Bucs here, so makes it a little bit easier. I'll take Tampa Bay.
Romanelli.
I'm on the Ravens. When you look at that Ravens defense, it's not always been pretty, but a lot of that's been because of the secondary. They've had issues, injuries, they've had underperformances, but the run defense has been pretty sturdy all year. I mean, they're giving up 78 rushing yards per game, and you could say, oh, that's because their opponents are having to throw the football a lot, but they're also only giving up 3.5 yards per carry, so they've just been strong against the run. The Eagles with Saquon, they've really relied on that run game. They've ran it about 40-plus times in 4 of the last 6 games, and the other 2 is 38 and 39. So they've run the ball about 40 times per game in the last 6 weeks or so. And if the Ravens can get a few stops there on the ground, we know that this Ravens offense has been able to move the ball and score against almost any defense this season at home against an NFC team like you mentioned. I just think it's a good spot and a good situation for Baltimore.
There you go. Jovan. Last 4 games on the card.
Yeah, I'm looking at, I don't know, somehow, some way the Saints are going to get the job done. And I think that as long as they don't allow their quarterback to throw the ball all that much, I think they're in business. I think they could get some yardage on the ground, whether it's Kamara or the gadget plays with their tight end / quarterback / whatever you want to. He's a Swiss Army knife. Sometimes he's injured, but and I'm drawing a blank on his name because he's out of BYU. Yeah, Taysom Hill. He's a do it all guy. So as long as they implement him into the game plan, I think they're in business for at least a cover. I would say this might be an outright money line play. I just don't like what I've seen out of the Rams as of late.
There you go. Wayne, talk to him. Last 4 in the NFL.
Yeah, you guys are absolutely right on the Bucs. Outside of player for player, just being a better team, better coach team, just more to play for. I do respect Carolina for slightly turning around, covering 3 games in a row, but so have the Bucs. Bucs all season been missing a guy, at least a guy or 2 out of each level on defense, D-line, linebackers, and cornerback. So their defense has been a shell of itself. We continue to get one of those guys back in each level, each week, getting better and better. So don't be surprised when you see this Bucs defense playing a lot stronger. Give me the Bucs laying 6. I think they win by at least 10. And Bills versus San Fran. We have 2 teams that people think are good, but I think only one of those teams is actually good, and that's the Bills. Hate to slight the San Fran, but they're just not playing like the team that we're accustomed to or believe this championship team. I hope Purdy is back. I hope we get a better line. I would love the Bills at 6, but even 6.5 We know how the Bills get down at home. I love the way the Bills have been playing defensively, and I love the way the way this offense is formed around Josh Allen. Like, they don't have him doing too much, and when he needs to use his legs, he uses legs. Just a very smart quarterback, elite quarterback. I'm going to back an elite quarterback over a mediocre quarterback any day and take the Bills at home.
There you go. Kurt, close us out in the NFL today, my man.
Yeah. I'm here on the Ravens-Eagles over. I just think we see a lot of points. Baltimore defense has been giving up a lot of points, but I don't think the Eagles defense will be able to slow down this Baltimore offense at home. So I'm on the over 50.5. And I think the Rams have a little bit more to play for here. They're finally healthy. They're finally showing something. So if you can get the Rams at 2.5, I'm going to lay 2.5 with the Rams in this one.
There you go. That concludes the NFL for today. Let's close out the show. The NBA. We got a 10-game card today in the NBA, the National Basketball Association. First 3 games on the card. We got the Orlando Magic laying 6.5 points on the Brooklyn Nets. We got the Indiana Pacers, 6.5-point home dogs on the road in Memphis. And, man, we got a hell of a game today, man. We got them Celtics on the road in Cleveland. Boston, 1.5-point road favorites in that one. Roof, you're up first, my man.
The Pacers home dogs?
Away dogs.
Oh, I think you said home dogs. I was like,
Away
wait,
dogs.
what?
Sorry, away dogs.
That's okay.
If I said home, sorry.
Okay, there's few more surprises that I can take right now. Okay, the Pacers being home dogs when they're not one of them. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good home dog. Money.
No, it's tough because it's just like we love the Magic, but we love them a lot more at home. The Nets, they're a great underdog, but it's just like it wouldn't surprise me if the Magic pulled it out here. I'm gonna go with the under in Magic Nets. I think that maybe of a lower scoring game in that one. The Magic, at the best of times and the worst times, have tried to win games with defense. And I think that's probably what we're going to have here. Even if the Nets were to pull something out here, I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. So give me the under in Magic Nets. And Celtics Cavs. Boy, give me the over. I'm not trying to take totals all day, but I think that's just going to be a back and forth track meet. 233. I thought that game would open up closer to 240. So give me the over in Celtics Cavs.
Romanelli, known Cavs hater.
Hater. I don't like that term. Non-believer.
I want hater. It's synonymous.
Well, my opinions on this Cavaliers team, and my opinions best on that first matchup between these two in the NBA Cup matchup. Love the Celtics in that game. I love the Cavs in this game, believe it or not.
Okay.
The first time this season, potentially, I've taken Cleveland. I think when you look back at that game, it was a game that I deserved to cover in, but I didn't get the cover. And Boston deserved to cover because it was a 54% three-point shooting night. They made 22 threes compared to Cleveland's 10 threes and 35% from the perimeter. Plus, we can't forget Darius Garland's outstanding night, going 3 for 21 for 8 points, 0 of 6 from three-point range. 2 turnovers to go with it. It was a disaster game for Cleveland, and they only lost by 3 points on the road. Now they're in a revenge spot. They're playing at home, and we're actually getting a decent price, getting a point here, getting 2 points at certain books with that home team. So give me the Cavs in this one.
There you go. I'm actually kind of surprised. Javon, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm on the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies on a nice little 5-game winning streak, 4-1 ATS run. They haven't played the best competition, but Jarvin Rance on the court again, and with him on the court, this team, they're just a different squad. They play at a whole nother level. No Edie, I don't like that, but is he still out, Jay? Just want to make sure.
I believe he is. Let me double check for you right quick.
Yeah, I think he's out.
Yes, he's still out.
Yeah, if he was in, it'll add another dynamic. But I don't think in this one they need him. Pacers on the road, suspect bunch. They have their own injuries, with their depth pieces. So it all sets up for Grizzlies cover in my book. The only game lately that the Pacers have won against the Grizzlies was their last game back in January. So, I'm on the Grizzlies in this one, with it being in Memphis, with the Memphis Grizzlies running hot, and with the Indiana Pacers not looking like the same team as last year. Got a few problems over there.
There you go. Wayne.
Yeah, it's Orlando for me, and just Nets not getting enough points. Can you name the starting Nets lineup today? You know how many players they have out? I don't. Some of them players I don't even know, and I know that shit don't matter. It's NBA game by game. Nets can come out here and win outright, but I cannot back the Nets with guys that I don't even know this in against the Orlando team. Is 9-1 in their last 10, and not only that, we know Orlando's a strong defensive team, but they're rolling on offense right now. They are good size. Wendell Carter's got inserted into the power forward position, so they're just rebounding, defending, and hitting the three, moving the ball. This is a very strong team and a good team to watch. We're getting them at 6.5. I think that they can win this game by at least 9 points. And I'm on Cleveland as well. Tough game, not gonna lie. I do not like betting against Boston, putting money up against Boston, but I think it's an even game. I think home court does play a role here, and I like Cleveland's rebounding advantage. So if Cleveland comes out there again stinking it up from the shots, they will get extra possessions with their bigs that they have. So I'll take that edge right there, and I'll take Cleveland.
There you go. Kurt?
Yeah, there's not very many things I get passionate about, but Ron hit me up after I called that Hawks money line. Usually Ron's telling me, like, oh, my God, when are you going to hit a soccer play or something? But this time it was something good. And the Cavs are the most overrated team in the NBA. I'm laying 9.5 with the Celtics. They win this one by double digits. The Celtics are going to be in first in the East after today. Never look back. I mean, this Cleveland team is terrible. You almost lost to a TikTok star, Jared McCain, and didn't have Embiid, Paul George, or Maxey. I mean, this Cleveland team is absolutely terrible, and I'm fading them for the rest of the year. I mean, this team sucks. I'm sorry. This team gets me really pushing my buttons, and I usually don't get like this.
You need to take a moment here, Kirk.
Yeah, no.
You're a man after my own heart here. I've been, mentioning my Cleveland non-believing, all season, but you take it a step further, I see.
Yeah, no, I whatever. I mean, I'm on the Celtics here. And then Pacers, Grizzlies. I'm on the Pacers here. Similar teams, honestly. I mean, you have Halliburton, you have Ja. They kind of push the pace in the same way. If there's a get-right spot for them on the road here, I think it's this one. I know the Grizzlies have been good at home. Pacers have been bad on the road, but these styles of play very similar here. So I'm going to take the Pacers plus 6.5.
For me, man, that Nets Magic game, bro. Fuck.
Don't overcomplicate it, Jay.
The thing is the Nets are in one of my favorite spots, man. The bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game, and it's a quick revenge game too. This is a J spot, man. But on the flip side, if there's one team I'm just not interested in fading, it's Orlando's stupid, dummy, crazy cash money making machine Magic, man. I think I had the Nets the other day in that game. Wasn't it close throughout most of it? And then all of a sudden, the Magic just blew their ass out. Yeah, I'm not really interested in signing myself back up for that again. I know last year Magic on the road was typically their fade spot. That ain't been the case this year. The Magic is balling. I don't want to fade them right now, so I hate to do this, but that game I'll probably just pass. I can't fade Brooklyn in this spot and situation. I can't do that, but I'm also going to respect Orlando and not fade them. I'm with Jovan. I'm on the Grizzlies. The Pacers, they've been an easy team to figure out this season. Pretty much you can ride with them at home. On the road, they've been terrible. Hot ass garbage. Do they even have a win on the road this season? I don't think so. What does the Pacers look like on the road this season? ATS on the road. The Indiana Pacers right now currently are – there's something bad.
They're 2-8 on the road straight up.
2-8 straight up on the road, 3-7 ATS. Grizzlies – hey, them Grizzlies, we know this about the Grizzlies. When Ja Morant's on the floor and they're playing in Memphis, they are in that same realm as some of the other teams that go stupid, dummy, crazy, especially when Ja Morant's on the floor in Memphis. They have one of the best home court advantages in Memphis. That building be turned. So I'm going to lean towards Memphis and now I won't overcomplicate it. Kirk, I'm sorry to tell you, but them Cavs is not pathetic. They're not ass. They're not terrible. They're the second best team in the East, and they're beating y'all boys today.
Fifth best team in the East.
Nah, they're the second best team in the East. And I think a lot of people share that same sentiment that you shared, that they're not a good team, that they're overrated, overvalued. And that's why I like them. I like good teams that people just don't think are good. And the Cavs are that. The problem with them is they had to get rid of their last head coach. And since switching head coaches, man, they've been in that mode. They lost back-to-back to Atlanta. I will say, can pat myself on the back. I did not fade Atlanta in either one of those games. Shit, Jay. But today we are for shit show on Cleveland, man. This is one of them spots, man. Bounce back game at home that also sets up to be a revenge game. It don't get no better than this, especially for a dominant home team like Cleveland. You could just say they were in the look-ahead spot in the past two games with Atlanta, looking forward to this very game right here. This was the team that ended their run of being undefeated, bro. They getting up for this one. I don't fade Boston often, but today's the day we definitely are fading these boys. They're not going undefeated. They're not going 72-10. They're not going 73-9. They're not that good. Will they have a chance to probably be in that realm, like 13, 14 losses? I think that's more in line for the Celtics this season, and they're going to lose games like these. So just to play on the spot, play on the situation.
They're going to lose to the Pistons outright on Wednesday, but they blow the Cavs out here tonight.
That wouldn't shock me if it happened, because in a vacuum, I will agree. The Celtics are still the best team in the league by a pretty good margin. I've said that the past two seasons. Celtics are the best team in the league from a talent perspective. But spots and situations is what I love betting, and it don't get no better than this spot and situation here for Cleveland. It just don't get no better. So bounce back spot at home at the crib that also sets up to be a revenge game. I'm telling y'all, that's the money-making spot that we've been cashing the last couple seasons. I'm on Cleveland. Let's keep it rolling. We head to New York, where the Knicks are laying 12.5. We also got the Raptors getting 4.5 at home against the Heat. And we got a good one. We got the Thunder Buddies laying 1.5 in Houston. Romanelli, you're up, my man.
I'm going to take one of the best home teams in the league, the Houston Rockets. Plus the 1.5 points should be a great game, but I'd rather take the home team plus the points. I'll lay the points with the New York Knicks, the second best team in the East by far. Getting close to being number one.
Stop it, Ryan. Knicks are not better than Orlando.
All right. That one I can argue with. They're better than Cleveland, but maybe not Orlando. But I like the Knicks to earn a blowout win there. And the Raptors game, not my favorite. I'll pass on that one.
Fair enough. Javon?
Brandon Ingram's out, huh?
Let me see. Let me double check. Yes, he's out.
Sheesh, these guys just can't get a break. That said, they have a losing streak on their hands, but they're 3-1 against the spread in their last four. And with this line being 12.5, listen, I like to fade the Knicks whenever I can, and as long as they're laying these type of points, backdoor cover could be in order as far as I'm concerned, even without Brandon Ingram. They got Trey Murphy out there. He's going to be shooting some threes. I already know that. So if he has a big game, I think, they're going to keep this within single digits. He's the guy that I think that, him, DeJounte Murray's back, So, with those two, I think they could, hold it down at least a little bit, to keep this within the spread.
Fair enough. Wayne's World, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jovan. You ain't gotta hold your tongue. It's just a lot of points, man. We ain't backing no Knicks or laying no 12.5. I don't care, even at home, man. We know what it is with them. They're a fluke of a team. Yes, they have the names. Yeah, they can play defense here and there, but offensively, this team just looks out of function. Just pick and roll with Brunson, and they just don't look good. Not good enough to lay 13 points even in this spot. So New Orleans, as Jovan mentioned, have not been playing well this season. But if there's a team that started off bad that can turn it around, I do think New Orleans still has the talent. Zion knows Zion. This team is pretty loaded. It just would take them to actually just play together and want to win. But again, this many points, I'm gonna take New Orleans in that one. What's going on, Costi?
What's up? What's up, fam?
Not much, chilling, man. Trying to get the show right, trying to get out these winners. But that's it for me in that time slot, Jay.
Lots of winners today. Jay, you're muted.
True. No.
I was 2 seconds. I was on the show, and I was instantly, Jay was already muted.
I saw the side eye from Romanelli. He's holding back on it.
I said, "What's up, K Diddy?" is what I said. But what's happening, Costi?
What's up? What's up?
Nothing much.
Getting ready for this game, man. About to head on over to the stadium at the bank. It's going to be rowdy. Ravens extendo. It's all that really matters. I'm telling you. Don't even sweat it. NFC teams.
I tried to tell them. Y'all against NFC teams, it's get ugly. But we talking NBA right now. Kirk's up, my man. What you like here, Kirk?
Yeah. I've learned a lot from you, Jay, in the NBA. I just want to shout you out for that. But can't back the Celtics, as I said, but another revenge spot here. I was on the Raptors on the road. Now they're at home, 4.5-point dogs. I do like the Raptors in this one against the Heat. Quick revenge spot. So Raptors here. Record doesn't show it, but they've been competitive in most of their games. So I think this is the one they could win outright. Miami's been hit or miss all season. And then, as Ron said, you got to lay I'm on the money line here on the Rockets. The Thunder have had 2 games lately where they could have lost. The Warriors could have lost to the Lakers. SGA hasn't looked as efficient as he has the rest of the season. So I'm with the Rockets here on the money line.
Fair enough. That Rockets Thunder game, 2 of my teams, man. I'm passing. I hate to tell y'all that. I'm passing, man. It's like, hold on, let me pull it up. Since 2023, y'all know nobody loves betting Houston in Houston more than me. But I love betting Houston as a favorite at home. When they're an underdog at home, they're not as good, I don't believe. I'm pulling the number up. When Houston's a dog at home, since last year, they're 14-26 straight up. Is that right? Since 2023?
As a home dog since the start of last year, I think they're 14-8 against the number as a home dog.
Hold on, is this right? Since 2023? Oh, that's as an underdog overall. That's not as a home underdog. As a home underdog, these boys are 12-10, so they're okay. They're okay. Straight up 12-10. I love betting Houston and Houston, man, but it's like this the Thunder Buddies, my favorite money-making team, man, the money-making machine. It's a 50-50 game, and I don't have an edge in the game. There's no edge for me, so I'm going to sit back and watch that one as a fan. I hate to do y'all like that, but that's my thoughts. We ain't got to bet every single game, every single day. I'm on the Pelicans with Jovan and Wayne. The Knicks, overrated, overvalued. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, bro. Like, they're not the second best team in the East. They're not. They're an 11-8 basketball team. That's who they are. Understandably so, the Pelicans are on the DNB. They are totally banged up. Nobody's playing for them. But I just think the back door is going to be open for this. The Knicks should win the game. Knicks should win it comfortably. It's probably an 8-9 point win for the Knicks. They're not a team I'm looking to lay double digits with. I probably wouldn't lay double digits with the Knicks on anybody. Not a single team in the NBA, not even the Wizards. I don't feel comfortable with the Knicks like that. Are they a solid team? Yes. Will they be in the playoffs? Will they make noise in the playoffs? Yes. But do I see them as a money-making team? No. So that's just my thoughts there. And Heat Raptors, I'm on the Raptors. Heat win, Raptors cover. It's just kind of, you got to know the Heat on the road. Raptors been a solid ATS team all season long. Heat win. Raptors cover. That's how I see that playing out.
Where's the button at? Where's the no? Man, we're taking the heat today. We're taking the heat today. Don't y'all are overhyping this Raptors team because they're a decent cover team at the beginning of the season, and we're going talent for talent. Heat definitely should win this one and cover. I know Heat are not as trustworthy on the road, but 5 points with a Heat team that can light your ass up from the 3 and play defense and have Big Bam out of Bayou running that low post. I'm on the Heat. I had to spin it around for my man Mitch here. Definitely against the sorry Raptors ass team.
When the Heat come out here and win this game by 3 points, just text me and be like, damn. That's who they are, man. That's who they are. It wouldn't shock me. They are head and shoulders a better team, but man, I can't lay points on them. You don't think they're a better team? Fair. Did you go here? You're up.
No. Nobody wants to hear what I got to say about this shit. Look, I'm with you. Raptors plus 4.5 because I have known no team to be more of a disappointment than the Miami Heat when it comes to playing down to opposition. Maybe the New York Knicks in the last 10 games, even though I'm still taking the Knicks next, but we'll get to that in a second. But subtle foreshadowing. It's just I can't get there with the Heat laying 4.5. I know the Raptors are terrible. Don't get me wrong. I have to watch this crap on TV every time they play. But at the same time, they're 4-4 at home. They're 1-10 on the road, but 4-4 is where they play. At home's where they play their best basketball because the tickets are overpriced. They know they at least got to show up and do something at home. So I'll take a shot on the Raptors here. Definitely didn't make the premium list for obvious reasons, but I'll take Toronto, and I'm going to take the Knicks because I like getting kicked in the nuts apparently, and the fact of the matter is that the Pelicans are a G League team. It's realistically, never mind. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. We got more than a country behind us. It's bad. The problem with the Pelicans is that they've got next to nothing going for them right now. Teams, Zion's banged up. Like I said, the Knicks have kicked everyone's ass this season, but if they can't win here, they got a problem. And they can't win here by margin, they got a problem. So give me the Knicks slaying the points.
There you go. Last slot today. Close it out the day, man. We'll close out the show. Got the Lakers and the Jazz. Got the best team in the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks, laying 7.5 on the Blazers. We got the San Antonio Spurs against the Sacramento Kings. And we got the Denver Nuggets against the Los Angeles Clippers. I lost track of where we were. Jovan, I believe you're up first here, though. I think I found it.
Yeah, I'm on the Clippers. Plus 2.5, and I'll put a slice on the money line. You know, they've won 3 straight in this series. They seem to have Denver's number. You know, they're 7-1 ATS last 8. You know, I don't know how they're doing it. I mean, they all do. I know how they're doing it. They're doing it with defense. And you know, they're riding the the guidance of James Harden of all people. You know, that's basically what they're doing.
Shout out James.
And it's basically his next man up because you know, they got a bunch of guys who can score. Norman Powell's out. So, you know, they go to Trey Man or they go to a couple of the other guys. You know, so they're spreading around Zubac, you know, saying has big games from time to time. James Harden, he's, you know, man in the ship, you know, dishing out the ball, hitting shots, doing what he does. So, you know, it's a well-coached team. You know, that's basically the long and the short of it. You know, they are playing the Nuggets. You know, the Nuggets, you know, with the Joker, they're, you know, not a pushover. No, not defending, but ex-NBA champs. But, you know, I think in this spot, given the competition that they're facing, I think that, you know, this is going to be a hard one for them to overcome. So I'm going to take the points, and I'm going to, you know, hit them with the money line as well.
Wayne?
Yeah, it should have been been a premium. I'm all on the Jazz plus the points versus the overrated Lakers, especially with them putting Connect in the starting lineup. We got a starting lineup change and bringing your only person that can score off the bench into the starting lineup. So if the starters come out playing terrible, it's really going to be a wrap because they have no help off this bench. We already know how the Jazz get down at home. They've upset the best of teams, definitely getting 5, 6, 7, 8 point realm. You know that Jazz has been money last 3 seasons and no reason to ride it out. That's a pick, dog's pick. Let me go with the Jazz at home with the points.
Kirk?
Yeah, I'm with Wayne here. I mean, I don't know how you can lay points with the Lakers. They've looked awful ever since their hot start to the season. They don't blow teams out. They're very thin. Jazz are starting to look like a team that we can trust at home again. Last night was a little bit different, but I don't think that they lose 2 games by double digits. So I'm here with the Jazz, and I'm going to go the other way as Jovan. I'm here on the Nuggets. Clippers beat the Nuggets in Denver earlier in the season, and I think the Nuggets just match up really well with the Clippers. So I'm here on the Nuggets laying the points.
For me to close out the NBA today, I'm on the Clippers. Nuggets on the road, laying points. Not really their spot. Like Jovan said, the Clippers match up well with the Nuggets. They played them well recently. I think they go in there and do that. I'm on the Lakers. The Jazz are ass. The Jazz are on the D&B. I'm somebody who loves betting Utah. I love betting Utah, especially in Utah. But they have not been the Jazz. They just haven't. They've been ass. And until they show me something, we cashed with them against the Knicks. Of course we cashed against the Knicks. But other than that, bro, they've been terrible. And I don't trust them. I know I could say the same about the Lakers, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was the bounce back, get right spot for LA against a team they are head and shoulders better than. So small lean on the Lakers. I love the Mavs today, though. I love the Mavs, man. I love them. Shocker. Wayne loves the Magic, and I love the Mavs. I mean, this is what y'all came here for. But in all honesty, this is the Mavs spot, man, and this is their spot. Mavs, away favorites. Man, last year, what were they, 23-7 or something like that? ATS in this spot. Like, bro, when they're favored on the road, you just do it. You just lay it. You don't overcomplicate it. We're playing well without Luka. We're going to play well when he gets back. I'm not worried about the back-to-back. I think we're the most profitable team in the league following a back-to-back. I think we've covered like 7 straight on the back end of a back-to-back on the road, so that really doesn't phase this team. Blazers are a solid team. I have bet the Blazers a good bit this season, and we will continue to do so. But their injury report is really concerning today. Not overcomplicating it, man. Mavs, laying points on the road. It's an automatic. Let me just give you out a number. Mavs as an away favorite. Last year they were 20-5 as an away favorite. 20-5 ATS. Don't get no better than that. It's their spot. Chris?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Jazz as well. The Lakers, since the start of last season, as a road favorite, only ahead of the Atlanta Hawks in terms of teams that have played at least 10 games as a road favorite, 7-14 against the number. What?
That's terrible.
No, I thought you were saying no. I was like,
dude, I didn't know they were that bad.
Jazz, why are you stopping me? Yeah, no, they're bad. It's and I remember it was even going back a couple years now where it's just like you don't lay double digits with the Lakers on the road. Now it's like you don't lay many points with the Lakers on the road, period. And the Jazz, like Kirk said, have been starting to look like the Jazz of old, where they're actually playing decent basketball at home. So I'll take a shot on the Jazz plus the points. And I think the better play for me here is the under in Clippers Nuggets. To me, that just sets up like 110-105. I don't know why it's the number that just keeps popping into my head. Two teams are solid defensively. And yeah, I think the total's set too high here under 223. So give me the under 223 Clippers Nuggets.
Romanelli, close us out for the entire day before we get to parlays and everything of that nature.
Yeah, for me with the Portland Trailblazers, I mentioned it. I know I wasn't the only one that at the beginning of the season mentioned they look pretty solid defensively, and Figured it was going to be a team we'd be able to cash with because of last year's dreadful season. We were going to get good prices with them, and they've been 8-12 for this team is much better than a lot of people expected coming off the nice win against the Kings. But for me, I do think it's a letdown spot, and it's a situation where we see Dallas now laying 7.5 points. This is a game that last year, more than likely, 12.5, 13.5 point spread, even though it's on the road. It's just how bad Portland was and how strong Dallas was. So I think we do actually have some value with the Mavericks in this game. They're just 5-5 on the road this season, but I do like them to pick up a win and cover. And like I said, that letdown spot for Portland after that upset win over the Kings.
Mavs are 5-5 on the road this season, but they've only been a favorite 3 times. I think they're 1-2 in the situation this year. And the first one, they were favored over Phoenix to start the season. So it's like road favorite is the spot for the Mavs. So they're just 1-2. Technically, I would go 1-1 is what I would say, because I would kind of throw that first game of the season out the window. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm just responding to some of the comments because they're saying throw last year out the window. It's kind of hard. I can't throw last season out the window. I can't. Not yet. Not till we get
early in the season.
Yeah, not till we get to like mid-season and teams legitimately show that they're not the team from last year.
Last year meant so much to Jay. Mavericks big run. The Rangers won the World Series. He's not ready to give that up quite yet.
I can't do it, man. Well, that concludes today's show, fellas. Let's do some parlays, man. Let's make some money today. And let's say what we got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium today. Roof, franchise player, as you usually do. Lead us off, my man.
You caught me off guard on this one. Normally, I'm actually better prepared than this. Give me the... And I think I knew I was probably going to have to go first anyways. Give me the under in Clippers Nuggets, under in Thunder Rockets, and the Raptors plus the points. And for sale today, I got a few plays. I got NFL Play of the Day. Been rocking this season with that. Also got that as part of my 3-pack. Got a Sunday night play. And then I got some hoops as well. An NBA Play of the Day, college hoops Play of the Day, and I got that as part of a 3-pack for basketball as well.
There you go. Hop on with Roof Float. Ron the Don, Romanelli. Talk to him.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to do a 2-team parlay. We'll do the Cavaliers, and used to fade in the Cavs. Cavaliers and UMass. And for me, UMass would have been a premium play if it wasn't so late in the day. The game starts in 20 minutes. So consider that a freemium, if you will. I really do like UMass. And as far as what I'm selling, I got a couple of NFL plays, a couple of college basketball plays. I think everything's individual. So you can check it out at Pick Dogs Premium. Doing really well in the last week.
Javon, talk to me, man. What you got for us?
Got a couple different parlays. We're gonna go with New Orleans. So that's the Saints and the Pelicans. Spread, of course, but I think you could money line. I'm bugging, but I'm bugging with one of them. But I'm gonna do it anyway, man. Fade the Knicks. Money line on the Knicks, man. Money line against the Knicks. So you could do spread with both, and then money line with both. So no, just as a throwaway. And then we got an NFL one. That'll be the Pats, the Falcons, and the Jags. 3-teamer.
There you go.
And then what I got for sale is I got a 5-pack in the 1 o'clock time slot. Got a 3-pack in the late afternoon time slot. And I have Sunday Night Football. Got 10 NFL plays going up on the board. I really like this card. And I will have NBA and college basketball up on the board momentarily.
There you go. Hop on with Javon over at Pick Dogs Premium. Wayne's World. Talk to him.
Yeah, I really like this under in this Houston OKC game. I thought it was going to be like more 226, 224. We're at 221. I'm still going to ride it. So we got under in the Houston OKC game. I'm riding these Arizona Cardinals plus 3.5. And Elon money line is probably my favorite college basketball game today. And we can put the Jazz on there as well with the spread. So that's a nice little 4-teamer to smack today. As far as what I have to sell, I have a 3-pack in the NFL. It includes my play of the day. So if you're going to get my 3-pack, you don't have to get my play of the day and a play of the day in the NFL individually. So you don't need all three of my want 2 extra plays. Just get my NFL play of the day. In NBA, I have a 3-pack. No play of the day. Betting equally on all of those games. So just the 3 games that I am on today for the NBA. No college basketball, as I just mentioned. Elon money line freebie.
There you go. Appreciate you, man. And Kirk, what you got?
Yeah, I got the Rockets money line, Celtics money line, Jazz with the points, and Raptors with the points for a nice little 4-team NBA parlay. And for sale today, I got a 3-pack, 1 college basketball playing there, 1 NFL playing there, and 1 NBA playing there. And for longer-term subscribers, I got 5 NBA plays today.
There you go. Kirk over at Pick Dogs Premium. For me today, I think I have 6 total plays. I have 2 in the NBA, 4 in the NFL. Hop on something long term, you get all of them. I know a lot of y'all been asking me about the jam session. I know, bro. I know. And Mitch is asking me the same question. Jay, where the fuck is the jam session? I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Be on the lookout for. It's a smaller card too. Perfect day to be back. Start off a new week. So be on the lookout for tomorrow. We'll be back with the jam session, regular scheduled programming. Be with us this week, man. We need y'all with us, man. It's tough. It's tough. Tougher than it looks. But we're here. I'm trying to do it. We're gonna keep it rolling.
Same thing with me with the wraparound. It'll be back this week. It's just been a tough last couple of days. Tried to, especially with the overload and the picking up of the videos, but we'll be back on it.
Yes,
like a small NHL card tomorrow too. So like you said, it's a perfect day to do it.
Yep. So be on the lookout for that. Me, Chris, and Costi, I believe, will be on tomorrow. I think Costi will be there. So we'll see y'all in the morning, regular scheduled programming. Money making Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. New month, new goals, new opportunities. Man, let's smash it. Let's do it for Mitch, man. The way he would want us to do. The way he would want us to do it. That's the way I'm carrying on. So that's all I got for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Any final words from any of you fellas before we get out of here for the day?
Just win.
Go. Check out all of our favorite plays over at Pick Dogs Premium. Check out all of our individual content over at the on the channel. Chris individual videos, me covering the NBA, Kirk, all of them damn soccer videos, him and Goran pushing out. Jovan, I'm pretty sure still has a lot of content he does, and Wayne may be having some things on the down the pipeline for y'all. So be on the lookout for all of that, man, as we just try to keep it rolling. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Money making Sunday. See y'all tomorrow, man. We out of here. Peace. Oh, did I not give y'all a parlay? Dallas Mavs, Dallas Stars, Los Angeles Clippers. 3-team.
What about Tarleton?
I had Tarleton on there, 14.
I just screwed up Jay's parlay.